40% increase. I always wanted a thing called tuna sashimi. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Toon here, with this time of a game review. Following on to my Neo Geo hardware video, and what's best to get if you want to collect for Neo Geo. I'm going to review this game. This is Sengoku 3. It's a scroll-along beat-em-up, or Sengoku 2001. Why it was called, I'm not quite sure. I'll just turn it up a little bit. Right, as you can see, this is a scroll-along beat-em-up. So let's chuck some credits in. So this game came out in 2001, developed by Noise Factory. It wasn't actually developed by S&K. I don't know whether they paid them to develop it or whatever. But as you can see with the controls, this game's got quite a cool little combo system for a side-scrolling beat 'em up. You got the two buttons. One punches, one does sword slashes, and depending how you mix those two buttons up, depending what type of combos you can come out, and there's quite a lot of combos you can do. So you can mix it up, so that does make the game a little bit more interesting. Simple beat 'em ups, you walk into them, you can throw. You can throw ninja stars and stuff, and you can jump as well. What more interesting is that you've got supers as well, specials. So once you've got enough energy bar, the blue energy bar below your actual health, you can double tap down on A does the one, double tap down on B does that, and up down A and B together does your super move. And there's all three buttons, so A, B and C together does like an escape move, which is quite useful. So that's pretty much the game. You start off with 4 characters. As you can see here, I'm going to choose the girl, Kurenai, just for the hell of it. I'll go to Japan first. So the game, this game's not a bad looking game. It's a bit sort of got a weird sort of rendered look to it, but it's got really nice animation. That's one thing I'll give this game. I'll show you an example of the combos now. So if I just press the one button, so it'll do that. And if I just press the other button, it'll do that. But what you want to do, you want to start the combos off with a quick punch. So you do punch, punch, kick, punch. And you can mix those buttons up quite a bit. And get different combos coming out. You can also run into the enemies, pick them and throw them. You can do a run attack like that. If you bump into them when you run, you can get like an extra hit. So you can run, bump, and then attack. We've got shurikens, which you can throw as well, like so. And you can do jump attacks. So you can jump and do jump attacks. I'll show you some of the specials now. So here we go. So, oh, don't want to do that. This is a super. You've also got tap down, which is, and you've also got that as well. What you do in this guy, you've got the 4 characters to start off with. You've got like a ninja guy, a guy who looks a little bit like Galford from Samurai Showdown, and you've got a big guy with a pole. Actually, you've got your usual sort of characters, the woman being the fastest. Is when you get to, once you beat the first 3 levels, you unlock the 2 bosses you fight. So you get an extra 2 characters to play the last 3 levels of the game in. So it's got 6 levels all in all. I can see it's just got some interesting ideas in it. I like that they've tried to, you know, make it a little bit more interesting by giving you the big combos and all that sort of stuff to mess around with. It's a pretty nice looking game. It's got some not bad music. And when you first start playing this game, you think, oh, this is pretty good. This is all looking pretty good fun. But once you start going through it, you will start to realise that this game can get pretty boring. There's a lot of levels where they just keep chucking enemies at you without moving. So you don't actually move from, you get locked in one certain place for a while, and it'll just keep spawning enemies in on you, which can get a little bit boring after a while. And the game is pretty difficult. It is definitely a credit feeder. I haven't found a way to lock the characters in any sort of direction, and you can throw them to where you want, like. So you'll play for a little bit. Yeah, just ultimately when you start playing this game for a while, and it does take a little while to finish as well, especially with the 6 levels, and it does get boring, which is a shame because it's got such nice ideas to it and stuff, and they've got the nice combo system, and the pretty cool graphics. But as you can see, I've only moved literally like a screen or 2 across, and it's just already just chucking enemies at me non-stop. Probably the best way to kill them at it. And on the later levels, it's a bit over the top, like, and you get a bit bored because you're stuck in one position for ages. It's just a little bit of a shame because when I first seen this game, I thought, oh, this looks pretty cool. Plays pretty nice. Got a nice combo system and everything into it. It's got some supers and stuff to learn. So now I died. I'll show you one of the other characters. I'll show you the opposite side of the scale. The big guy. His supers are not bad. I like the way they die as well, where their flesh falls off their bones. That's pretty cool. But it's pretty much, you know, rinse and repeat. There's a lot of scroll-on beat-em-ups I like that, I suppose, but at least a lot of them are fun, like Streets of Rage games on the Mega Drive are really good fun. Final Fight, you know, being one of the best ones. That's also good fun as well. It can be learned, but I don't know, this game seems... It's just, it gets overly hard quick. All these supers are about the same as well, they just got slightly different things they chuck up in the air. Oh. do super then to try. Sometimes once you get them all around you, grabbing's pretty good to do because you're pretty much immune while you're throwing them. But ultimately this game does sort of... it gets boring really fast. And the last boss, jeez, he literally, he does this move, it does magic, which you just can't hit him. And then if you try hitting the sword slashes on him, he blocks it and attacks you. So you've got to hit him with the punches and add maybe 2 swords at the most at the end. And then once you've done that, you get him pretty much almost all the way down, and he pretty much does a move and gets all his energy back. There could have been a lot more variety in the enemies on this game as well. So we'll continue again. I'll show you the ninja guy. Pretty much like the same enemies. It probably, you know, it would have mixed it up a bit if there was some different enemies, or there was, I don't know, made the gameplay a little bit more exciting, a bit faster or something. Yeah, this is one of the bosses you fight, and once you've beaten him and got to the 4th level, you can choose him if you want. What I find on the bosses as well, there's always an enemy there. So once you start getting a couple hits on him, there's always an enemy there to hit you in the back or something. Yeah. That's quite a good move. As you can see, the bosses take a fair amount of punishment. Damn it. Right. Credit feeding this thing already. Damn it. I'm bored of this game already. It's a shame, like, it looks nice. Just ultimately, it's quite a boring scroll along. I prefer games like Mutation Nation on Neo Geo. That's better than this. Let's check a few more credits in. At least Mutation Nation, you can learn Mutation Nation and get good at it. Right, he's dead. Right, I'll show you the start of the next level. I don't know whether there's a 1 credit replay of this on YouTube. Be interested to see, because To me, this game seems like a definite credit feeder. Right, so let's go to the default level. Just always fighting the same dull coloured enemies. We'll see if I can get in this level. Damn it. Right then, let's see if he's off screen now, so I can't hit him. Great. He's dead. Collecting the money doesn't do anything. Just points basically. Can't buy anything or anything at the end of levels. Or this section of the game just goes on forever. As you can see, it'll go on forever. Anyway guys, I think I might leave it there. I might get myself killed by you. Actually, I'm gonna go back. What can I say about this game? Starts off nice, got some pretty half decent graphics, it plays well. It's got a really nice combo system. You can go weapons, some nice cool characters. But ultimately, the game turns out to be overly difficult and incredibly boring to play, and especially the more and more you get into it, it just gets more boring and boring as you go along basically. And it's just the Sengoku games on the whole, they're just, the first game is one of those games that's just not that great. I did quite like the second Sengoku game. I think it did improve on the first game quite a bit, and I did have both of them on my AES years ago. And the third one, I don't know whether it did come out on AES or whether it's just arcade only, but I definitely wouldn't be going out and buying it. It's just, ultimately, just not a great game at all, unfortunately. And I think I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It's quite boring compared to, you know, a lot of Neo Geo games are really good fun, but this one is a bit on the old boring side. So 6 out of 10, I'm afraid, guys. So I'll catch you in the next game I'll review. I don't know what I'm doing next, but I'll think of something. Anyway guys, catch you later.